It's inside! I'm shot! I need help! It's inside!
We define the mission as a two-step process. Stop the killing first, and then stop the dying.
This is the only mission Greensboro Police Sergeant Jonathan Matthews has for his officers in the event of an active attacker.
Put yourself in this position and have some self-awareness and do some self-analysis and think about how you've responded in the past, how you would respond.
This aggressive, crucial response training prepares officers for the worst-case scenario and to take down the threat, despite who is holding the weapon.
We want our folks to be prepared to dive into voluntarily those very complex, dangerous situations.
Since the Columbine shooting in 1999, officers' response methods have changed.
It's really the first one that played out on national television.
Years ago, officers waited for a SWAT team to arrive before making entrance, which evolved into a 4-person officer team being present to enter the building. But with the majority of deaths happening within the first 5 to 10 minutes, officers now train under Solo Officer Rapid Deployment, or SORD, making entrance as soon as an officer arrives on scene.
So unfortunately, the idea of an active rampage-style killing has become very commonplace in America in the last 25 years. And so we are trying to stay kind of ahead of the training curve and train all of our 600 officers on how to aggressively solve these very complex problems.
Officers use past shootings as ways to better their strategies, looking at the tragedy of Uvalde in 2022, where officers took over an hour to enter the classroom, whereas in Nashville in March of 2023, officers took down the suspect within 4 minutes of arrival.
We approach this topic from the idea that there are things in life worse than dying. And a lot of people don't agree with that, right? But if we believe and we teach our folks, if you're at the moment where you can choose to save innocent folks and you don't, I don't think you can psychologically recover in this lifetime from that decision.
He's
this way!
Screaming, blood, victims, and gunfire are driving forces to lead officers to an active attacker.
You can never fully 100% inoculate yourself, your mind, your emotions, your spirit against, thinking that you're getting ready to possibly die.
Go!
It's a tough thought to process, as any officer entering an active attacker situation like this could leave behind a spouse, children, or friends. I was invited to participate in an active attacker response simulation to see what it's like for everyday officers, like Captain Corey Flowers, who would have to be in these situations.
Oh, this way.
You're taking the pledge that you're going to voluntarily put yourself between danger and chaos and strangers. Now, if that gives you pause, this may not be the profession for you, and that's okay. But this is the time to make that decision, not at the moment of truth.
He's in here! He's in here!
Officers train with sim rounds made of wax and plastic, similar to paintballs, firing 400 feet per second, and demonstrate if you would have made it out alive. As you can see from the paint marks, it shows I would have been shot 4 times, including my head.
To the gut, and then the hip.
You feel the pain, you know when you're behind adequate cover, you know when your rounds are impacting where you want them to go.
In this situation, officers must decide if they're going to pull the trigger or freeze.
Right, to the right.
To get them comfortable operating in stress, so then when they get thrown into the worst day, like one of my pals says, when the devil comes, then they're as ready as we know that we have been able to make them.
Officers are trained to use their aggression, decisiveness, and speed as their most valuable advantage, basing their thoughts on an OODA loop. By observing, orienting, and deciding faster, officers can act quicker.
We tell our folks, when you make a very rigid plan and then something doesn't go according to your plan will fall apart. As opposed to if you prepare your mindset.
Flowers, who has been with the GPD since 1999, says he has been involved in an active shooter situation himself, and that each situation is different.
Will I run in by myself to a preschool, or will I wait for my partner for 15 seconds? Well, I may not choose to wait.
As the stress of these scenarios hit their body, their heart rate rises.
So you're pumped right now, huh?
Yeah.
Thoughts become hazy,
I heard the screaming from this side, and I heard popping coming from the right side of the door.
And motor skills deteriorate. Flower says breathing exercises can help control their breathing and composure. He also says it's important to decompress after the call.
Kind of grew up in the era of school where our school did go on lockdown a lot and different things, and so I think seeing this and what you guys would do to come protect us, like if we were in school, or nieces and nephews that I have, or at the grocery store, so it is a newfound appreciation as well. Just the, I know they're going to come and help, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that we're all okay.